All right, we're live. Okay, good morning. Happy, Thursday, June 19th. Happy Juneteenth. Today is the celebration of essentially like Emancipation Day. The day that we as a country commemorate the final African American slaves being emancipated in, I think it was Galveston, Texas. Isn't that right? Anyway, they didn't get the memo until like 2 years later after official emancipation, and so the last slaves were emancipated on this day 2 years after they should have been. Um, but yeah, it's a good one to take pause and remember. So today is kind of business as usual for a lot of people, but including the school. I told you Monday was officially our Juneteenth recognized, so my daughter had the day off. But today she has the day in her class, or summer class. Yeah, I had a ton of things to do yesterday. We finished a bunch of projects, ran some errands. And then my son and I don't remember if I told you this, but last night he and I worked basically at a soup kitchen, and we fed something to the tune of 100 homeless people. Not just the two of us, of course. There were about 11 volunteers, including adults and youth and just people that wanted to participate. And oh my gosh, it was such a rewarding experience, and very, very humbling to see what station of life you're in, to have, a solid roof over your head that you have the key to, and you have a constant income stream, and you know that your possessions are safe behind lock and key. That you're not addicted to, hard drugs, or, oh my gosh, just even in the couple of very quick interactions I had with some people, it was so humbling to hear how some people have nothing, right? This one lady, she had her young baby taken away, and the only thing she had left, like, people came into her apartment and took everything, and all she had was like what was in her backpack and her longboard, and literally that was it. Like, someone had taken her dog, and they stolen her dog, and the state took her child away, and just absolutely destitute. Now here she is on the streets, and people trying to stay clean. They do like a 12-step program, an AA program, and a narcotics AA program on the side, not just feeding people. So it's this whole ministry. It was really cool, really, really neat. I'm just I'm very humbled. My dad does this kind of thing too. I would love to do this more often, but now that my dad is retired, he very, very frequently goes to the soup kitchen close to him in his state, and he serves breakfast for these destitute people. It's just so humbling. He's a great example to me. Let's see. Good morning to you. Morning. You know what happened to me yesterday? Oh no, John Marco don't. John Marco's already telegraphing my ideas. I'm gonna quit listening to you if you keep doing that. You mean the live being frozen yesterday? Yeah. Well, I had a good sit-down chat with my wife yesterday about our internet situation, and it may be improving in the next 7 days. So keep posted for that. But we may be with a better connection probably starting in the next couple days. We want to sort of like accommodate, a new connection coming in, and there's some things that we need to sort of reorganize. But hopefully we get a new, much better internet connection coming in soon. All right, let's do it. Let's play connections. So I see Final Destination. Final Destination. That's a scary one. A whole series of movies. Train, stops, blocks, balls. Just singular, ball, masks. A lot of these have an S on the end, but some of them don't. Papers, foils, jacks, jackets, route, attendance, gloves, starting point, homework. Okay. So I saw destination, route, maybe starting point and stops. These are like on a bus route. Okay. Map app options. Yep. If you use, Apple Maps or Waze, there's a lot of really good ones. My dad loves using Waze. It'll tell you, minute by minute, street traffic updates and all that. It's great. Let's see. Homework, papers, attendance. And a final. You take your final. Components of one's grade. Oh my gosh, do I need to take a screenshot of that? Okay, and I will tell you why as well. Components of one's grade. Attendance. Okay, I teach in a school district in my state. I love it. I love everything I do, except for the way that we grade. And if you ask a lot of teachers in specifically my school district, which I won't say out loud so I don't get fired, it's an amazing, awesome philosophy to base a kid's grade on what they know, the mastery of skills that they have. But the one thing that's a hang-up for everybody is that you can't grade on participation or attendance or homework. Actually, you can't grade on homework. You can grade on assessments that they do in class or assessments that they take on a Chromebook or, that kind of thing. But you can't add their ability to do homework to their grade, and you can't grade based on attendance or participation or things. Meaning, if a kid shows up 0 times, like they're not even on your seating chart, they never show up, and then on the very last day, ace your final. They haven't done a single project, and then they ace your final. Sure, they might get a bad grade, but maybe they get a D-, but that still passes them, and they can walk at graduation because they never came to your class and did one thing. They wiggled their fingers once, and they got a grade. Oh my gosh, that's remarkable. I'm glad I took a screenshot of that. Okay, well, oh my gosh, I'm going to share that with my friends. I'm on a group chat with my other colleagues. They'll laugh about that one. All right, let's see. So we got the 2 easy ones. Foils. Some of these have an S on the end. They're plural or they're possessive. No, they wouldn't be possessive. That's a apostrophe S. So foils, blocks, I feel like those two together, like to foil a plan, to block a plan, to mask, to jack. But why are they plural? That's what I don't understand. Or what is it? Second person, I don't know. Whatever it is. So what's left? Ball, gloves. I was going to say if you're going out to play baseball, you would need a glove, singular. Jackets. Oh, that's not even close. Okay, so there's two of these that are wrong. All right. Here, let's shuffle these answers. Gloves. Hey, good morning. Callie's shots fired from Callie. He says, ditch your school district. Your school district is going to end up with dumb kids 20 years from now. This is the part that could totally get me fired for answering about this. I don't know if they know if they're I don't know if they're looking in the future to see what will happen. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're going, okay, how are college kids holding out? You know how college kids are holding out? They're not. They're not coping at all. They get into college expecting that, they take the final, they bomb the final and ask, when's the retake? Right? What do you mean, when's the retake? There is no retake. That we're doing the kids a disservice, really. We're asking them to essentially, bomb it the first time and then immediately want to retake it so they can have a better chance at the second time. We're not preparing kids for real life. That's the problem. So are we going to have dumb kids 20 years from now? I think more like we're going to have unprepared kids 3-4 years from now. Like literally the kids that we are training now are not ready to cope for real life. Never ask about the retake, even if you're 9 months pregnant. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I saw a new face. Man face. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome. You'll be entering college next year. Actually pay attention. That would be my strategy. Actually pay attention. I see a lot of people just sort of blissfully unaware through high school and through college, and then they go to take the final, and that's really where where it counts, and they are so unprepared for it because they just weren't even paying attention. Like really, give yourself the focus, the energy, the attention. Maybe for those couple of years you watch the replay of my video instead of. Oh, I guess you're in a different time zone though, so maybe you can watch my videos as a reward. But really, honestly, fully engage during class. That's what I would say. That's probably the. You're many years away from college. It's on the what do you call it? The sunset. Okay. I'm having a hard time thinking of these. Maybe it's just because we're talking about college and stuff, about proficiency grading. But I see jackets and jacks. I see foils that has the word oil in it. I see the word blocks that has the word lock in it. Is it that they have words hidden in them? I see love, ask, lock, and oil. Oh, it is one away, though. Oh, wow. Okay. So why are they one away? Gloves, masks, locks, why are they one away? I might fail. Oh no, I might, because I'm not dedicating myself to this one. I'm just goofing around talking to you guys. Okay, so what are the opposites? I see train, ball, jacks, and jackets, and this was one away also. If those 4 are 1 away, then this one's 1 away. Gloves? No, we got to focus on the ones that are clicked. Okay. Train. Ball. Jacks. Jackets. Okay, so the likelihood of jacks and jackets, I feel like is... Those probably don't go together. Jackets. Jacket, like a jacket potato. Let's see. Jacks is a suit, or not a suit, but a face card, a playing card. To jack something. Jackets. Okay, but why? Gloves. Ball. I just don't know how they're related. And see, that's not even close. But this one's 1 away. You guys, I am... Yeah, plural is just throwing this one off. Jack Pizza. Gloves. One of these is not correct. Mask, gloves. I don't want to lose either. Evan is saying mask, gloves, block. You said mask twice. Okay, help me out. What are we doing here? The S is throwing me off. Why is there an S on the end of each of these? Jacks. Jacks and jackets. Oh, sword fighting? Okay. Okay, so if you're like fencing, you would need gloves, you would need a mask, you need a foil. Oh, the sword thing is called a foil. I do know that. And you need a special jacket so you don't get stabbed. Oh, fencing. Yes. Yes, yes. A foil. Good heavens. Okay. Why is it plural? Because you need multiple. Foils. Okay. Another, in French, it's called an épée. E-P-E-E. Good heavens. Well, thanks for hand-holding me through that one. Golly. Okay. Train, ball, blocks, and these are like little child toys. Classic toys. There we go. Okay. Classic children's toys. I know that it shouldn't have been that scary. It shouldn't have been that scary. I know, I'd rather take the risk. Yeah, I see that, Evan. All right, map app options. Some of you are also like, okay, can we move on, please? Map app options, whether using, Apple Maps or Google Maps or Waze, or there's so many good ones. There's your destination, your route, your starting point, and your stops. I think one underutilized thing that Apple Maps can use, just because I have an iPhone, is putting multiple destinations, right? It's like, I want to go to this place, and then this place, and then this place. So you can have it take you to this place, and then this place, and then this place. The funny part is, as soon as you get there, it wants to already take you to the next place, right? It's like, okay, well, hold on, I need to do some things here, right? So you have to pause your route and then jump on and do the next one. It's really funny. Components of one's grade: the attendance, the final, the homework, and the papers. Depending on what school district you're in, because in my school district specifically, we cannot grade based on attendance. We cannot grade based on homework even. Homework is optional. Homework is 100% optional. You can do it as reinforcement, but not as part of a kid's grade. Hey, did you do the homework? No? Okay, well, you're less prepared. Literally, that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, you're less prepared than everyone else. Which leads to, he didn't have to do the homework? Oh, I didn't have to do the homework? I'm not doing the homework. And now, we implemented this years ago, and now nobody does the homework because they don't have to, right? There's no carrot being dangled in front of their head, say, do the homework, do the homework. For what? What reason? They need that extrinsic motivation of a grade. Not, you'll get a warm, fuzzy feeling because you know better now. No, they just want the grade. So our policies have no teeth to them. There's no backing. There's no grit behind it, which is just a shame. It's too bad because we're not preparing kids for real life. And I'm going to quit talking about it before I lose my job. All right, the purple category was fencing gear. I keep clearing my throat today. So we were working a ton with really very dusty. We're kicking up dirt and all that, and I was just breathing it in all day, and I woke up with kind of a scratchy throat, not because I'm sick or anything, but because of this dust that we were kicking up. And I guess my lungs are finally relinquishing that. So sorry I keep clearing my throat today. I was doing a very, very dusty job yesterday. Fencing gear. The foils, or in French, épées, gloves, jackets, and masks, because you don't want to get stabbed or you don't want to get stabbed. More sophisticated modern equipment will allow you to, when you stab with the foil, when you make contact with the foil onto the jacket, it's connected electronically, and it can tell when you got hit or when they got hit. It's pretty cool. All right, and then classic toys. Yeah, I could see that. A ball, blocks, jacks, right? The old classic toy, like a bouncing ball, and you grab the jacks. Or a train, a little wooden train. All right, well, yeah, they love épées in crosswords. It's like the perfect word at the end when you need E's and S's. They just put that in there. Épées. They really do. They really do. That's actually why I know that word. It's because of the mini crossword puzzle. Exactly. All right, well, speaking of the mini, let's dive in. It is a 5x5, and there are two little chunks asymmetrically cut out. Electronics upgrade for the living room. Maybe Alexa. I do not have anything smart in my house. Nothing is controlled over Wi-Fi or spoken out loud. You can't turn off the lights in my house without getting up and turning off the lights. Thank you very much. There's no smart anything in my house. Sneeze sound. Maybe achoo. Common merch offering. Maybe a shirt. I don't know. We might change that one. Journalism is a noted one in 2025. Noted. Like just the field of journalism? I don't know. Okay, Los Angeles. Yeah, I know it's not right. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking that this one is probably not correct. Maybe a couple of these are not right. Mathematician John, for whom an equilibrium is named. I don't know. Okay, so maybe this top one is wrong too, because this one, word shouted into a canyon. Echo, echo, echo. Spin round and round. Whirl. The H is there. That makes me think it's a WH. Whirl. Whirl. Midsection of the body sounds like your torso. Decides on democratically. You do a vote. Votes. Electronics upgrade in the living room. A new TV. And then journalism is a noted one. And then mathematician, for whom an equilibrium is named. Is that John Nash? What? I'm sorry, what? Horse? Journalism? Oh, maybe in like the Kentucky Derby there's a horse named Journalism. That's weird. The horses do really have bizarre names. Super bizarre names, so I wouldn't put it past them to make a really bizarre name like that. Okay, Callie confirmed journalism is a racehorse. John Marco's bothered by the non-symmetry, the asymmetry of these puzzles. You know, you get those giant ones, you know, the full-size newspaper puzzles, and they're like usually perfectly symmetrical in some way. And then these ones lately, the mini is just not symmetrical. I noticed that too. All right, an electronics upgrade for the living room might be a new TV. Sneeze sound, achoo. Common merch offering. Oh, I didn't have to change that one. That one was correct. Common merch offering is a shirt. You go to a concert and you buy a t-shirt. Journalism is a noted one in 2025. A racehorse. Is that the Kentucky Derby? Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's fun. Evan says, thank you for the help on the crossword. I just love doing these together. It's so fun to kind of struggle through these together. The L of L.A., Los Angeles, means the angels, the city of angels. Los Angeles. Mathematician John Nash, for whom an equilibrium is named. I don't know what equilibrium they are referring to. Something. Word shouted into a canyon. Echo, echo, echo. Poor horse. Probably do a writing about his life. Yeah, they will do many reports. The journalists will do many pun intended jokes about journalism. Spin round and round. Whirl. Midsection of the body, right? All the main part of your body minus all of the extra appendages is your torso. Decides on democratically. Votes. All right. And some of you guys are new. Just to let you know, I will not be looking at the chat during the Wordle. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Feel free to shout the answer out. I will not be looking at it. Because the Wordle, specifically the Wordle, I don't know why. It's just weird. I love to just sort of productively struggle through this one myself. I feel like it's growing my brain. I'm going to live longer because I'm, struggling through this one myself. All right. Let's start with any old word. Here, you know what? In honor of journalism, let's start with horse. Oh my gosh, no way. Okay, so there's an O, and then the R in the middle. And then my second move is to come up with a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first letters. How about, this is a word I love using. I don't know why I love using this word. Ducky. No way. No way. There's a U and there's a C, and the U is in the right place. So whatever it is, it's going to be blank. You are blank blank. Should we guess? Oh, it could be curio. That's a word. Or should I do one more non-intersecting word? Just to confirm it? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yes. I took a risk. I took a risk and it paid off. Oh my gosh. Okay, my grandma had a curio cabinet in her house. And it was full of exactly what it sounds like, curiosities. You know, little Hummel figures, a little Precious Moments dolls, things like that. You know, little keepsakes and things. My grandma has a kind of just a little cabinet of all sorts of little curiosities. It's called a curio cabinet. Let's see. Oh, game theory. Nash equilibrium in game theory. Ah, that's cool. Evan said start with slate. Maybe I could start with slate. I just thought, we were talking about journalism, the horse. I'd start with that. Picking of words has become weird lately. Yeah, this is not a common word in the slightest bit. This is definitely a word that you don't hear very often. I like how the yellows and the greens kind of look like the New York Times logo. Oh, that's so funny. I didn't realize that. That's really funny. I like that. Evan said, can I do spelling bee next? Honestly, I don't love spelling bee. I don't have a full subscription. I just do the I don't know, maybe I'm just usurping their good graces, allowing people to use the just the free ones without a subscription. Maybe once things kind of take off, right? We're sort of small in numbers now, but once we take off, maybe I'll consider getting a subscription. And like the free trial version of Spelling Bee is just not as fun for me. I don't know, just because it's that like not the full version. But that's just me saying, hey, I should get the full version, right? Yeah. And you don't. Oh, and you guys don't even like Spelling Bee. Yeah, I have kind of a formula to it. You can see in the bottom. I have connections first, mini crossword, and then the Wordle, and then I do Strands, and then I do Letterboxd. And it's kind of funny. The order of how I do those just so happens to create a nice little rainbow there. Right, the purple, the blue, the green, the yellow, the red. I did not do that on purpose. I was making that in Photoshop when I was like, oh, that kind of makes a rainbow. That's funny. Totally not on purpose, though. The ones that will make me stupid. You're funny. All right, well, let's dive in. Let's play the Strands. And if you've never played Strands before, this one is one that I really enjoy. Think of it like a word search, except they don't give you the answers. You have to go find the answers, and they are not just up and down, left and right. They snake around any which way. And all of the words are based on a theme, and the theme is pretty loose until you like fully uncover the true meaning of the theme. So Jean-Marco was just barely saying the theme. This was like the first words out of his mouth in the chat was life is a highway. So this could be the lyrics to that song. I'm going to ride it all night long, right? Or it could be something about highways, traffic. I don't know. It could be lots of different things. I see the word yard. That's not it. Book. Let's look through and see if we can find some words that make sense here. I can't get over to that. I saw cones, right? Life is a highway, right? Maybe it's about road construction. There's cones on the highway. I see Pooh for Winnie the Pooh. I haven't really fully uncovered the theme yet, so... Life is a highway. Sarge. Let's look in corners. I see an ER here. Scenery. Oh. Scenery. Life is a highway, and you would drive to see scenery. To take photos. Games? What do you mean games? What do you mean? Life is a highway. If you're going on a road trip, you're going to take photos, you're going to see scenery. You might play games in the car. Is that what we're going for here? Silly. You love traveling? Oh, you needed 3 hints? Oh, no. I feel like I haven't fully uncovered this one. That's the trouble. I haven't fully, seen what this one means. I see motel. Wait a minute. No. You said motel, and I thought help, Radiator Springs, Cars, the Cars movie. Oh, here's one. Audiobook. So I bet you this is the spangram. What's this? P-I-R. Oh, I am dumb. Road trip. I'm reading that backwards. That's why. I was trying to start over here at the top, working down. No, it starts at the bottom, working up. Golly. Okay. So then the last one. Oh, duh. Playlist. Of course you're going to have a playlist. Same energy. Yeah, we did that exactly backwards. If you sit in the car for too long, you're going to see crazy things like this. Yeah. Pirtidor. No, it's backwards. Road trip. Oh, my mind started playing tricks on me. Yeah, on a road trip, you might stop at a motel. You're going motor hotel, by the way, if you don't know that. Motor motel, motor hotel. Audiobook, photos, games, scenery, and a playlist. Hopefully you have a great playlist of songs you're going to listen to. That's great. Okay, and then letterboxed today. Let's dive in. We'll show these letters at the bottom because they get cut off a little bit. And we're going to solve this hopefully in 4 words or less. So that maybe means that they're easier letters. I hope. Okay, so there's an E, an O, and an I. M, C, A. H, N, and W. T, K, and B. Okay, so luckily for the K, there is a C. Remember last time there was a K by itself? That always makes it tricky. Economic. That's a great word. You got into a traffic accident yesterday. Oh, are you kidding? A hit and run? That sucks. My accident, I wouldn't even call it an accident. My incident over the summer where somebody gooped my car, that was definitely a hit and run. We never caught the kid. I only had a partial plate, and it wasn't enough to say exactly who it was. So, yeah, that stinks. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you hurt? Depending on the state you're in, if you're in the United States, depending on the state you're in, you're entitled to personal injury protection that gives you, I think it's a couple $1,000s to go to the chiropractor or get checked out at the doctor. I don't know if every state offers it, but you doing okay? Oh, good. That stinks. There's no G in this puzzle. We could say ing for some of these. Chant. So we have to be pretty conservative on our guesses because we only have 4 to do it in. There's no R. I could say throwback. Oh, that'd be a great word if I had an R. B-A. Oh, I can't do AC. Taken. All right, this is our last guess, so I'm not going to hit enter. That would be bad. I wonder if we could start the puzzle, because we just have to end on an E, which is not hard. So if we did like... again, if there was a G, we would be great. Woe be gone. Okay. I'm going to write down these words. economic, chant, and then taken. Oh, and we still need the W and the B. And if we can end on an E, that would be fantastic, because then we could play right into economic right there. Again. If we had an R, we could win it right here. Newborn. Or if we could play IE, newbie. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? The answer was staring us in the face. Okay, noob, N-E-W-B. I thought it was N-O-O-B. Maybe that's like the new way to spell it. N-E-W-B. I'm going to look that up. Short for newbie. N-E-W-B. Noob. Okay, online, if somebody is a noob, that's an N-O-O-B. But I just spelled it N-E-W-B. Yeah, I know. Callie's surprised by that one, too. Woebegone. Yeah, I could have said woebegone if there was a... Yeah, W-O-B-E sounds like a word, doesn't it? Noob. All right, well, take a stab at spelling it N-E-W-B sometime. Holy cow. That took me by surprise, honestly. All right, so we've got economic, and the C led to chant, the T led to taken, and then N, I invented a new word, apparently. I thought noob was N-O-O-B, right? That's kind of the algo speak of that word, N-O-O-B. No, I spelled it noob, N-E-W-B. That's wild. That is wild. Okay, what was yesterday's answer? Hubcaps and squirmy. I spelled squirmy. No way. That's how I did it. Squirmy. I had it written right there. Squirmy. No way. That's pretty cool. I could have just put all of them in one word right there. Hubcaps. Oh, that's funny. Well, cool. That's not bad. That's not a bad way to spell it at all. Noobs. I'm still kind of blunderbussed by that. All right. Well, let's recap. All right, for the connections puzzle today, we nearly lost it. Thank you for your help, because I would have been a little disappointed with myself had I missed those last two, the purple and the blue. I was not getting it. I was really actually thrown off by the fact that everything had an S on the... Well, a lot of things had the S on the end. I was like, what? Why are these S's everywhere? Map app, or not orientations, options. You can select your destination, your route, your starting point, and your stops. The yellow category was components of a grade, depending on the school. Your attendance, your final, your homework, and your papers. My school district specifically cannot grade on attendance or homework. We choose not to. We could say, hey, you know what? This isn't working out. After so many years of, trial and error, it's not working out. Let's just go back to a normal grading system. But we choose not to. Again, I am risking my job by saying this. I'm not going to say what district I'm in, but our grading policy, you can't grade on attendance, you can't grade on homework, and sadly, I don't feel like we're preparing kids for real life. They say, hey, when's the retake? Can I reassess? Can I redo this? There's always, the next safety net. There's always safety nets under them. And I go, I'm sorry, this one doesn't have a safety net. Like you get out in the real world and, if you get the customer's order wrong so many times, it's not like, oh, can I have a do-over? No, you're fired, right? It's like you don't have that job anymore. We're doing the kids a disservice, which is a little sad. But yeah, components of one's grade. And then the purple category, thanks for the nudge. I needed a good nudge. Fencing gear, foils, right? The epées, the gloves, right? So you don't get stabbed in the hand. Jackets that actually, depending on how sophisticated they are, can actually see if you made contact with the sword, with the foil. And then masks. You got to wear a mask, right? You can be on test life over. Oh. Classic toys. Ball, blocks, right? Wooden blocks, jacks. I actually taught my kids how to play jacks. And then trains. Should put pogs on there too. I just opened up a whole can of worms, didn't I there? I actually, a couple years ago for Christmas, my wife and I got our kids stacks, towers of pogs. Each of my kids have 200-300 pogs. And then we play all the time. It's so fun. I have my old slammers from when I was a kid and stuff. But that's a classic toy to me. You ask me what a classic toy is, I'm not going to go for a wooden train. No way. I'm playing Pogs. For keeps, too. If you get an A+ on the test. Let's see. Electronics upgrade for the living room. A new TV. I said Alexa. I don't have Alexa at my house. And apparently neither does Joe Fagliano. He's thinking of a new TV. The sneezing sound. Achoo. Common merch offering. You're going to buy a shirt. Journalism is apparently a horse, race horse from 2025's races. The elf from Los Angeles. Mathematician John Nash, for whom an equilibrium is named. Did you say that was in economics? Yeah. Word shouted into a canyon. Echo! 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 Spin round and round. Whirl. Midsection of the body, without the appendages, is just your torso. And then decides on democratically. They vote. They're going to vote on it. Votes. Cool. All right. The next one is, of course, the Wordle. And I got it in 3 today. Pretty cool. By making essentially the game's logo with this one. That's kind of funny. The New York Times Puzzles logo by doing this one. So I tried horse in honor of journalism, the horse, and that gave us the O and the R is in the correct place even. And then I tried a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first letters, which was ducky. And ducky gave me the U in the correct place and a C somewhere. So before I went on to a third non-intersecting word, I usually come up with a third one. And I could have. There was plenty of letters. I thought, gosh, I wonder. Let's rearrange these letters and see if there is something that could come out of this. Probably a consonant at the beginning, and there was a C. So I thought, okay, what if it's a C at the beginning? So C-U-R. And then there's an O somewhere. Kuro, no, and then the other thing that made sense was the I that hadn't been guessed yet. Probably in that third non-intersecting word, I would have guessed an I just in case to see if that was it. Hot dog, curio. Curio is kind of a cabinet. Here, I'll show you a picture of a curio. So it's sort of like a display. There it is. So like a cabinet of curiosities kind of thing. All those. Just appreciate that one. Look at those. This is like all Christmas themed. Just any kind of display cabinet, right? All sorts of things. Oh, that one's up on a wall. Usually they're just, a display case like this. My mom has one of those too. She's got all sorts of display knickknacks and things. It's fun. Hummel figurines and whatnot. All right. And then the Strands puzzle, right? Life is a Highway. We were singing that in the chat, weren't we? Road Trip. At first I saw it down from the top down. No, start at the bottom, work your way up. Road Trip. You might stop at a motel on a road trip. You listen to a good audiobook. Photos. You take lots of photos on these beautiful places where there's scenery. You see scenery right there. Hopefully you have a great playlist of music. And you're going to play some games. My kids have, even when we're not on a road trip, when we're just in the car together, we have a couple of great road trip games that we play. We're always looking for out-of-state license plates. You know, it's always fun. We're like, oh, look, an Alaska plate. Oh, look, whatever plate, you know. You know, the trying to find out-of-state plates. It's kind of fun. In-state plates only count if they are expired tags. You know, if it's the light. What do you call that? The emissions and registration. Get the stickers and whatever. If that is expired, you know, if I were a cop, I would pull them over. That kind of thing. That's like very rare. Very rare. That's great. Okay. And then we blew the top off of this letterbox here. We had to do it in 4 words, and luckily we did it in 4. And we got rid of the W and the B at the end there, all in one guess. It was economic, and the C led to chant. I thought I was going to have to put a word with a W and a B at the beginning. No, I did it right there. The C led to chant, the T led to taken, and then the N led to noob. N-E-W-B, noob, like newbie. On the internet, you usually spell that N-O-O-B, noob, but this was a good spelling. That's kind of incredible, honestly. I'm a little surprised by that. Why did I think about curio as churros? I would love a churro right now. Actually, pretty close to my house, we have a awesome Mexican market. Isn't that great? I was telling you just a couple days ago, we have a really awesome Asian supermarket, and there's just, name an Asian country, and there's a whole aisle full of the noodles that you would buy there, and the whatever, and you can buy everything you could ever imagine. And there are a lot of supermarkets dedicated to Hispanic foods too, right? Like a Mexican market. There's one that's a little smaller. That has Brazilian foods. I always go there for my Brazilian ingredients. From El Salvador and Chile and different things. It's so fun. It's really, really cool. And usually very, very competitive prices too. Oftentimes you have import tax and just the price to get it into the country and all that, but still at a very, very reasonable price. So I find myself at these kind of ethnic markets, these kind of world markets, very, very often. I'll go to, there's a good, it's just such a good melting pot. I love it, and my kids are really on board with it too. They'll eat lots of different things from lots of different places, right? I think a lot of kids are sort of just eating, dino nuggets and fries every meal, and I'm like, no, we're gonna branch out. They'll eat what you eat, So I have them branch out and try new things, which is awesome. Oh no, the last time you ate a churro was at a cinema and it cost way too much. The ones at the Hispanic market that I go to they used to be a lot cheaper. They were only 75 cents. I think they're $2 now. But they're still really, really reasonable for the size. The ones at Costco used to be really good, but they don't sell them anymore. So frustrated. They sell cookies. Who's buying a cookie over a churro? What? Get your churros. Yeah, Mexican cuisine is fantastic. Italian cuisine is amazing. It's just, it's awesome just to have sort of this melting pot of so many different flavors, so many different ethnicities and people and music and oh my gosh, cultures. I got the privilege about 20 years ago to live in Brazil, and I took with it just in my heart the language, the music, the food, the people, the culture, and it's really a part of me, right? Here I'm this like white American guy with this just like passion for Brazil. I love it. If you ever get a chance to live somewhere else than where you were born and raised, do it. Absolutely do it. It's one of those life-changing kind of eye-opening experiences. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. All that talk about churros, right? How did that conversation stem from Curio sounding like churros? That's funny. Well, you guys are great. I'm going to go have some fun with my kids. We worked on a couple of huge projects. I got dusty from head to toe. You could hear it in my voice. I kept coughing. I'm literally dust in my lungs and all that. We had a really cool chance to do a service project yesterday, my son and I, and a couple of both adults and youth. It was really neat, feeding the homeless downtown. Yeah, it's just really cool. It's really fun. I hope that you guys get to enjoy the day. Happy Thursday. Happy Juneteenth as well. And yeah, so you guys are great. Thanks for the help on those puzzles too. Some of that, the connections, I needed your help. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.